the atmosphere was hectic. There's like people everywhere. They took up the whole street. I mean, and they took up one whole lane. At the protest, I used my Roundup press badge to get me as close as I can as every other press photographer to get behind the police line. That was the safest spot, is to be behind the police officers, because then I don't look like a threat in front of them.
We had nothing to do on a Wednesday. The next day was Thanksgiving, and so I called up a friend and asked them if there were any protests going on, because I saw on the Twitter feed, something was going down somewhere in LA. And so me, Diego, who's photo editor of the Roundup, and Calvin, who was the designer of the Bull, decided to just go down there and check it out. We're journalists, and we want to do some journalism stuff. So we went over to downtown, and we saw a small group of people organized in front of the Federal Building in downtown. And they slowly started their march to LAPD headquarters, and we just followed them throughout the entire night.
When I got past the barricade using my Roundup press badge, it was really cool because they asked me for credentials, and I was sitting there and I was just like, saw all these people trying to get through, like, oh, my friend's over there and this and that. And then I walked up and I was like, oh yeah, I'm with the press, can I go over there? And they were like, do you have credentials? And I was like, does this work? They were like, yeah. So I walked through, and that was awesome. It was pretty crazy. I mean, I didn't expect so many people to be there. I didn't expect that there was going to be so many police there. I thought it was going to be a little protest comparable to the size of maybe something here on campus, maybe no more than 100 people. But then we went there, and then there was like, 500-600 people there at the beginning. And there was almost 1,000 cops, and it was really crazy. I didn't expect to be running through the crowd like that.
This protest ended up being about 5K, and I ran and walked it in boots. Wear comfortable shoes, because you don't know how long it's going to be.
There was one point in downtown, the police had blocked off all sections of the street. So you had a wall of police, and then you had all the protesters there. And it was a bottleneck, so there was there was a confrontation between the two sides, and things got really heated and pushy at that point because the protesters, they wanted to keep going, but there was nowhere to go. And so during the end of that little confrontation, the police gave the 4-minute warning or risk being arrested for unlawful, assembly. And it was me and Diego there. And when I heard that warning, I was just like, okay, that's nice. I don't want to get arrested, but where do I go? Because I look to my left and my right and behind me, it's all police.
I need to be able to publish my photographs in real time, because when you're at a protest and you publish the photos the next day, they're kind of irrelevant, They're people want up-to-date news. They don't want yesterday's stories. So I was sitting there talking to this AP photographer, and he's uploading his photos to his phone through Wi-Fi, and I'm just like, oh man, what am I doing? I'm taking these like little blurry photos on my phone. He's shooting to his camera, sending them to his phone, and uploading them instantly. And I'm just like, I need to get up with the times. And he was like, yeah, like he said that editors would much prefer that you take a photo and send it to them instantly than have like a really high resolution photo the next day.
If you plan on going through the stages and seeking out a career in journalism, you're going to have to work well with, not only other photographers, but, police and fire and higher ups. If you're rude to them, they cannot, give you access to anything. If you're professional and you're courteous, they'll remember you, and, they'll give you probably better access.